Greetings, love warriors. Greetings, love icons. How is everyone tonight? We have such a good topic. Such a good topic. I'm telling you, ladies, just go on and take your bra off for this one. Go ahead, take your bra off. You know that move that we all do. Unhook, snatch, and toss. Go ahead and get comfortable. You want to be free for this one, okay? Our topic tonight is the intersection of spirituality and sexuality. Yes, there is a huge cross section between spirituality and sexuality. I thought about doing another topic for tonight, but this is the one I have the energy for. This is the one that keeps on coming up, specifically in the last 48 hours, okay? This topic has come up so many times in conversation from person to person to person, okay? So the energy is here to support this now. So we're gonna go ahead and talk about this now, okay? So the cross section between spirituality and sexuality is the topic for tonight. Again, my name is Pangia Northstar. For those who don't know, I am an energy healer. I am a teacher. I use sound therapy. I use Reiki. I use visualizations to help people to identify blockages that are preventing them from attracting the love and the life they truly desire. I specialize in teaching on relationships of all kinds, relationships between humans, connection between humans, right? Including the connection to yourself, okay? So this topic tonight is going to go deep into the connection between you and yourself, okay? So greetings to everybody in the chat. Everybody said, let's go. We're ready. Thank you so much for your support tonight. I do want to go ahead and invite you guys to like, to subscribe if you haven't already, share this video if you haven't already, and I also welcome your questions. I welcome your questions and your comments. Be a part of this conversation, okay? So let's go ahead and define spirituality, okay? I think that's important. That's an important way to start this conversation, okay? Because I'm pretty sure that the adults whom this conversation is geared toward or intended for, we all know what we mean by sexuality, right? The ways in which we express or explore sexual desire. That is what we mean by sexuality. What I mean when I'm talking about your sexuality, the ways in which you express or explore sexual desire, right? Your sexual impulses, okay? But when we say spirituality, what do we mean? What do we mean? Welcome to everyone in the room. Right now we have 74 people in the room. Welcome to everybody, right? So now, what do I mean by spirituality? When it comes to spirituality, there are many different forms of spirituality, and some may be based in a religion, okay? However, when we hear the term spirituality, primarily we are talking about the word spirituality is referring to one's own sense of who we are and how we relate to and survive in the world around us from the combined perspectives of physiology, mentality, and emotionality, okay? Spirituality encompasses all the ways in which we expand our ability to navigate our own daily reality and effectively pursue the lives we truly desire. Okay, this is how I define spirituality. Okay, spirituality tends to be centered around ideas of ever expanding consciousness, whereas religion tends to kind of narrow the consciousness to one way of belief and one very specific or very specific ways to live out those beliefs. Okay, So when we're talking about our spirituality is what helps us to daily navigate this reality that we live in. The way that we choose to go after the things that we want, to evolve, to better ourselves, right? Our spirituality is a system that we choose, that we can work for ourselves. It is not dependent upon a third party or an external source, okay? We're talking about your spirit, your essence. We're talking about who you are, the pilot of this avatar, this flesh body, which I like to think of like a spaceship, right? Um, a you are the navigator of this spaceship, which is your body. Okay, let's think of it as a spaceship or an avatar, right? And you, the spirit, navigate that. Okay, now we also may think of your spirit as the observer, your consciousness, right? Who you are. Okay, so now what does your spirituality have to do with your sexuality, right? If you have been raised in a religious system, you may have been taught that one has nothing to do with the other. You may have been taught that your sexuality is bad, that it's dirty, or that sex in general is just, something to be ashamed of, something that is related to depravity versus evolution, okay? Not something you may tie into your evolution or your progress as a spiritual being, okay? But I'm here to tell you that that is not the case. It is not the case that sex or sexuality has to be related to shame or something that is bad. Okay? It is not something that is totally unrelated to your spiritual evolution. In fact, it is quite related. Okay? And in order to prove that, you may also look at the opposite effect of when you think of when someone experiences abuse to their sexuality, look how negatively they are affected spiritually. Look how negatively affected one may become when experiencing sexual abuse or after having experienced sexual abuse, and how much it can damage the spirit. If there's no correlation, no relationship between spirituality and sexuality, why is the physical, emotional, and mental health and well-being and ability to navigate so affected by a sexual abuse? Okay, if there's no relationship there, then it would seem that one would have nothing to do with the other. Okay, but as we can see, that's definitely not the case. Okay, so now let's look at this a little bit further. In what ways is it useful to relate your sexuality to your spirituality? Okay, when we're talking about your spirituality and spiritual evolution, we're talking about ways in which you feed the expansiveness of your spirit, your own ability to achieve and to accomplish, to influence and direct the path of your own life. Your ability to affect change in your own life, your ability to overcome challenges in your own life. Your spirituality should give you a system that you can work, a system that you control, and that is not dependent upon any external source, another human, right, in order to work this system. Okay? So now, when we talk about our spirituality, because we are talking about the combination of our physiology, our mentality, and our emotionality, we are talking about deploying, controlling, mastering those systems within yourself, right? So now we are talking about the cross section, the intersection of spirituality and sexuality, okay? So when you are having an issue with overcoming something in your life, let's use for an example, say you are a businessman or woman, say you are an entrepreneur, and you are having challenges with growing your business. It's time for you to challenge yourself in a new way in order to grow your business. You're trying to figure out what are the next steps. What is it that I need to evolve into in order for my business to evolve, right? So you're needing to reimagine yourself in your business, okay? A great way to accomplish that or to open new windows, new doors in your mind, and a way to access new energies within yourself is to explore your sexuality, okay? So reimagining yourself in a sexual setting, exploring yourself in new ways in your sexual life, discovering new things that you like, allows you to see yourself in a different light. Allows you, especially when you're an entrepreneur and you're running a business solo, right? As you begin to explore and try new things in your sex life, if you begin to try things that make you feel powerful, that make you feel more comfortable with being in charge of a situation, when you approach new things within your sex life, and imagine the process of saying, I think I would like that. I think I would like this new thing, okay? You approach this new thing with your partner, right? You describe this idea, you communicate this idea to your partner, right? Or assuming that you have a partner, a regular partner. You may even have to find someone, if you don't have a regular partner, that would like to try this new thing with you, right? That's putting yourself out there. That's making yourself vulnerable. It's vulnerable whether you have a regular partner or not, because even a lot of times if you have a regular partner, you may have gotten into a routine and you may have to figure out how to introduce this new idea and say, hey, honey, I think I'm interested in trying this, right? It's vulnerable to put yourself out there and say that you want to try something new, okay? So you get up the nerve to bring up this new thing that you want to try, right? And your partner is down, right? Your partner is willing to try this with you. Or even if you meet a little resistance, right? And you kind of do a little persuasion, a little convincing, right? A little buttering up, right? This adds to the excitement a little bit more. And it also gave you another challenge to overcome, right? So say you try this new thing and you do like it, right? Hopefully your partner's really into it too, right? So this becomes a rewarding experience for you. You've imagined yourself in a new way. You've communicated this new way in which you imagine yourself. You've persuaded someone to buy into the idea. Sorry, I forgot to turn my ringer off. You've persuaded someone to buy into this new idea, right? You've gone into this new venture. You've embarked on this new adventure, right? And this turns out to be rewarding for you, right? Ian, I like how you're thinking. Okay. Now, that's really vulnerable, really putting yourself out there can be rewarding, right? So now you get this reward. You're rewarding yourself mentally. Your nervous system gets rewarded. Your subconscious mind is rewarded. Your physical body is rewarded by orgasmic energy, right? So you're retraining the brain. You're retraining your mentality. You're retraining your emotionality. You're retraining your nervous system to take a risk and then receive a reward for that, right? So now, after having this experience, you go back and you reapproach this business situation that you have going on. And guess what happens? As you sit down and try to reimagine yourself in this business arena, you have a new energy about you. You have a new confidence. You have a new opening in your imagination. You're able to imagine yourself differently in that arena of business, right? This time, your mind is more open. You have a freer sense of imagination. You have a greater creativity in your business. You are more willing. You've now had a new experience of being vulnerable. You're now more willing to put yourself out there in your business and allow yourself to be seen, right? And promoting the business or offering new services to your clients. You're less hesitant to be vulnerable. You're more willing to communicate that idea in a business setting the same way you did with your partner in an intimate setting, right? You're more willing to go through these steps that start off feeling very vulnerable, not sure if this is going to work out, but you have retrained your brain in a big way that it is possible to take a risk, to be vulnerable, and come out with a great reward. Okay? So now, see the power of exploration in intimate settings and how that can spill over into other areas of your life. Okay? So there is a great cross-section, a great intersection between your sexual exploration and your spirituality. You're able to experience yourself in new ways, in greater ways, and discover different sides of yourself. And just the experience of thinking, hey, this could work. I think I'm capable of this. I think this could be a good thing. And having that work out for you, it helps you in other areas of your life. That is a very empowering experience to have. So, unfortunately, we have been trained to think that intimacy or sexuality is only relevant to that box, that those experiences that we have don't affect us anywhere else, okay? And it's obvious that when you have a negative experience in that area, it also it affects your confidence in other areas of your life. So I encourage you to explore a little bit more. Explore a little bit more in your intimate life. If you are having mental blocks or energetic blockages in your in what we consider your spiritual life, and I'm considering your spiritual life any area of your life in which this is something that's totally up to your choice, totally dependent upon your confidence, your knowing yourself, your willingness to challenge yourself, to expand your life, to pursue the life that you want, okay? To pursue wellness in your life. And this could be, again, it could be business. It could be that you're having a challenge where you're like, hey, I don't really want to do things that I need to do for my physical health, eating better, exercising, right? It could be any challenge in your life. I challenge you to do exploration in your intimate life. Reap those rewards and be intentional about alchemizing that energy, turning that energy into energy that you need in other areas of your life. The confidence of receiving that reward, okay? So, let's talk about energetic blockages, okay? Each week with our topic, we talk about what energetic blockages could be affecting you if you have challenges with this topic that we're talking about, okay? So, we are talking about spirituality and sexuality and the link between those, okay? If you struggle with seeing the link between those or utilizing the link between your spirituality and your sexuality, one of the energetic blockages you may be experiencing could be in your root chakra, okay? Now, we think about, primarily when we think about sexuality, we are thinking about the root chakra. People always bring up the root chakra first, okay? So we'll start there. It's a great place to start. The root chakra is the reason that I always say sexual energy is healing energy and healing energy is sexual energy. Also say sexual energy is creative energy and creative energy is sexual, okay? Why am I saying that? What is the link there? Well, the root chakra, the area of your body which houses the root chakra, that area includes the genitalia, okay? It begins in the genitalia in an area called the perineum on up to the third vertebrae, okay? That whole area houses your root chakra. And the root chakra, the energy of it is about sexuality is included because it does include the genitalia, but it also includes feelings of safety and security. It includes the foundation that your life, that your personality is built on. Also, sex creates life itself, right? So how could sexual energy not be creative energy? It's the basis of creation, right? So we want to think on these things and begin to think of our sexuality as a creative power and of a healing energy. So anything that is healing brings more life, more life. It brings you closer to life than death, right? Anything that is not healing, something that is damaging or the opposite of healing, takes one closer to a state of death, right? So our sexual energy is healing energy, okay? And we do have the opportunity to harness, to channel our sexual energy to any area of our lives that we want. Many people are practicing a practice called Tantra, which includes channeling your sexual energy. It includes actually holding your orgasmic energy, repressing orgasmic energy, either delaying or preventing orgasm, and utilizing that energy in other ways. Many people find this to be effective, okay? You can take the energy of sexual desire and alchemize that, okay? And alchemize just means to change the energy from one type of energy to another type of energy. So if you wake up in the morning with the energy of sexual desire, you can utilize your mind to intentionally say to yourself, I'm going to put this energy into my workout this morning. Okay? I'm going to use that energy that I would be putting toward sex and put that into my workout this morning. Okay? And use that energy to go after your workout. Okay? Now, because we're talking about alchemy, I'm going to skip up to the solar plexus chakra. Okay, the solar plexus chakra. The solar plexus chakra is about your personal power. Okay, your personal power. Okay, and it is housed above the navel and below the sternum. Okay, so above the navel and below the sternum is where you find the center, your personal energy grid. Okay. The symbol for your solar plexus is the sun. Okay. This physical organ of the solar plexus is where we store the energy that we get from the light of the sun. Okay. This is our personal fire. The element of the solar plexus is the fire element. Your metabolism is one of the systems of the body that is associated with the solar plexus. Okay. So, our metabolism is responsible for turning our food into energy. The nutrition that we get from our food is turned into energy through our system, which is called metabolism. Okay. So, that system is the system that is responsible for changing one form of energy into another form of energy. So if you have the energy of sexual exploration and you make that a rewarding experience for yourself, you then take that energy, that rewarding energy, and apply that to some other challenge in your life. That is alchemy. Okay? Now, I also want to talk about what it could look like if your solar plexus is blocked. Okay? If your solar plexus chakra is blocked, this may also look like an inability to execute in your business. Okay? This could be if you're an entrepreneur or if you work for someone, it doesn't matter. Okay? Inability to follow through with tasks that you are responsible for. Okay? This could be an inability to do anything at all. This could be inability to complete tasks, like you may start tasks but not finish them. It could be inability to make a plan and then like plan several tasks and then follow through with those tasks. As well as it could be an inability to take the next step. Like say you have a business and now it's time to promote that business. And you're running into a state of confusion. Or you could be running into a fear, a sense of trepidation about putting yourself out there, right? Fear of being seen. Okay. Now, again, relate that back to the sexual exploration. Within that scenario that we gave as an example, You reimagined yourself differently, and then you had to communicate that to your partner, right? That is very similar to reimagining how you would put your business in front of people and then communicating to people about your business. Hey, here's the services I provide. Here are the products that I offer. That can feel very vulnerable. Okay? So if you find yourself having an inability to do that, this could very well represent a solar plexus blockage. Another blockage this could be related to is your throat chakra. Okay, the throat chakra also has to do with expressing yourself. Okay, so expressing your desires, expressing, hey, this is who I am, this is what I do, this is what I offer in my business, that has to do with your throat chakra. Okay, so that could also be what's happening there if you're finding yourself with an inability to express who you are through your business and a fear of being seen in your business. Okay, so again, sexual exploration can help with that. Now, one that I skipped, a chakra blockage that I skipped, was sensuality, which is associated with your sacral chakra. Okay, your sacral chakra is located below the navel, but above the pubic bone. Okay, represented by the color orange. Okay, and it is associated with sensuality. It's also associated with a type of intuition that and creativity. Okay, creativity that is about creating something from nothing. Okay, which again takes us back to the idea of sexuality. Hopefully, your sexuality is a way that you express sensuality. Sensuality, engagement of the senses. Okay? Engagement of the senses. Taste, touch, sight, smell, hearing, right? Emotionality. Okay? So that is very much related to your sexuality and your spirituality. Slowing down to take the time to enhance a sexual experience by engaging the senses takes a certain amount of self-control. Self-control, right? Discipline, right? And valuing being present in the moment, right? So, how would you relate this back to your spirituality, the expansiveness of your inner man? Not being carried away with the challenges of life, not being overcome by fear, not being intimidated by something that looks big to you, or even being so excited to get something done, so excited to get to the reward. For example, in your business, this would be excitement to get to the money. You're so excited to get to the money that you don't take time to provide the service to your clients to the level that you know you're capable of. You may not be taking the time to make it a one of a kind experience for your clients if you're just focused on making the money. If you provide a service that does not feel personalized, that does not feel, that does not make your client feel that they're getting something they couldn't have gotten just any old where else, if they don't feel that you are remembering the finer details of what they wanted accomplished, you may get their business that one time, but will they be a repeat client? Repeat business is good for your business. Matt, I like the way you're thinking. So this is very important. These principles are important, and it is important to be mindful to allow the principles that you learn and the principles that enhance your sexual exploration and that create rewards in your sexual life, allow those same principles to spread out to other areas of your life. Being present in the moment, paying attention to the finer details, getting creative, right? Being vulnerable, right? Those things can also be rewarding in other areas of your life. I want to think of one more. I want to do one more chakra, one more energetic blockage that could be, oh, I know one. Let's do the heart chakra. Heart chakra blockage, okay? If you're having a hard time with understanding the link between sexuality and spirituality, you very well could be suffering from a heart chakra blockage, okay? And like, yeah, I'm getting all serious about this one. Like, dang, she got serious. Listen, your heart chakra is about love, okay? And it's about all kinds of love. Compassionate, humanitarian love, as well as romantic love, okay? Now, a heart chakra blockage is often about past disappointment, okay? The trauma of putting yourself out there, right? Being excited, going full out, showing all of who you are, being super vulnerable, and then receiving a disappointment, okay? Heartbreak, okay? Many times when we experience heartbreak, this could be a major disappointment in your personal life or a major disappointment in your career. You put your all into something and you do not get the return that you were expecting or needing, right? That causes heartbreak. It results in hesitancy to put yourself out there again. It results in hesitancy to go full out again. Now, those who have had experiences in life where we have experienced rejection, where we've experienced betrayal, you may find yourself either shutting down sexually, like unable to become aroused, unable to connect sexually at all. That can happen if you experience a deep disappointment in your life, like grief that really doesn't have anything to do with intimacy. You still can be greatly affected in the realm of intimacy because it requires vulnerability. It requires being present in the moment. Okay? It requires showing your desire to connect. Okay? So you could experience a big disappointment in some other part of your life that has absolutely nothing to do with intimacy. And it can affect your ability or your desire to be intimate. Absolutely. Thank you, Blue Lotus, for sharing. Yes, absolutely. Okay. Now, it also can work the other way around. You could experience a big disappointment in the area of your intimate life, or you could really put yourself out there and be vulnerable and experience rejection, experience betrayal or disappointment, embarrassment in that area of your life, and it can affect your confidence at work, your confidence in connecting with other people, in other areas of your personal life, friendships, a new romance, family members. It can affect your desire or your ability to put yourself out there and show all of who you are. Okay? This can greatly affect how you view yourself. Okay? So, a third way that you can be affected is this, and this is very, very common. This is one of the most common ones that I see. Some people will experience a disappointment in their love life, okay? And this could be romantic love or even within your family or your friends. You put yourself out there, you put your heart and soul into something or someone, a connection with another human, and you receive this crushing blow, this heartbreak, okay? Heartbreak of any kind. And now, instead of in your sex life, in your intimate life, in your love life, instead of seeking true connection with people, you find it easier to just go after the sex, right? To only seek sexual connections and not true emotional intimacy. Okay? That is a very, very common that people will cut off their heart, cut off their openness to love and to true intimacy and connection, and only go for the sexual gratification, right? They begin to use the sexual gratification as a band-aid for heartbreak, because it's a quick endorphin rush, right? It is a quick fix. It imitates and emulates the feeling that we get from love without having to really be emotionally vulnerable. Okay? So, this is extremely common. Extremely common. So, if you find yourself shying away from love and only going for sexual gratification, this may very well be due to a heart chakra blockage. Okay? So, here on my channel, we're always talking about attracting love energy. Love energy. Okay? Love energy is for the purposes of healing, for the purposes of welcoming abundance into your life. It is for the purposes of self-acceptance, right? Love energy is the energy that is most abundant to us, okay? So if you find yourself struggling in any of these areas that we've talked about today, I encourage you to meditate on love. I encourage you to lean into love experiences that come your way. And this could be anything from, on a very a scale that requires less vulnerability. I'm gonna start very low on a scale of vulnerability. Nurturing, caring for a houseplant. Okay? And that may be like, what? But yes. There is a low level of attachment required to remember to do the maintenance required for the survival of a house plant. Some of us are so shut down that we don't even want to do that. Getting a pet may be too much. So I'm starting there with a house plant. Okay? Thank you, Blue Lotus. Absolutely. Just observing the growth of the house plant when you pay attention to it. Okay? Watch how things that are required for the growth of a house plant are very minimal. Very minimal. You can cause a houseplant to flourish and be at its best by just being consistent. It's just a dare to do type of thing. Okay. And if you're like me and don't particularly have a green thumb, it may take a little bit of effort. But the basics, yes, are water and sunlight. Water and sunlight. Okay. And this can be a reminder to be consistent with how you care for yourself. Houseplants also serve as a reminder that the most basic things we need to stay here on the planet are in ample supply. Regardless of what you believe created this earth, this setup, it's pretty easy to believe that the intelligence behind that design had a desire for us to be here and stay here and to thrive. Because the basics that we need are all around us. Okay? Higher level of vulnerability and attachment would be a pet. Okay? Try loving a pet. Okay? And you can work your way up to intimacy and attachment with humans. You can work your way up to that. Okay? You don't have to start with being totally open to humans. But when you have a pet, I'll use a dog, for example, since I have a dog. Honey, the way my dog is always super excited to see me, it makes me believe in myself. I'm telling you, it's just like, oh, my dog really loves me. My dog really loves me. He is excited to see me all the time. And even if he gets in trouble and I have to say, no, Max, stop that. Don't do that. Don't do this. In a few minutes, he loves me again. He forgets about it. And guess what? I have to forget about it too. I'm reminded to forgive. I'm reminded that I can't stay mad. Like, it doesn't make sense to stay mad at a dog all day. I mean, it's gone, right? They're going to come back and try to love on you. And it takes real effort to stay mad at your dog. It takes real effort. So it's a reminder to be forgiving, to be attentive. If you don't pay attention to your dog and love on your dog every day, they'll get depressed. It's a reminder that every living thing needs care and attention and consistency. He heard me talking about him. Say hi, Max. So it takes love and care and consistency to care for a pet. And you can work your way up to opening yourself up to humans again. Okay? So, you guys, I just wanted to give us an opportunity tonight to reflect on what blockages we may be experiencing if we do not find ourselves apt to want to explore our sexuality. Okay? And I'll give you another tip. If you feel like you don't want any, maybe it's just because you haven't had any. Maybe it's because you haven't had any. That energy center, your sacral, your root, can go into a shutdown mode. And it's out of balance. That's imbalance. It's not healthy. Okay. So own that energy. It's okay. All right. You'll find yourself feeling more balanced and more energized, more confident, having more of a zest for life, being more passionate about life when you tend to yourself in the area of intimacy. Somebody said, can I see your dog? Let me see if he'll come up here and get on my lap. Come here, baby. He's so big. He's so big. Now, any other time, he'll try to be all on my lap like he thinks he's a puppy. There he is. There's my baby. Hey, Pumpkin. He's so sweet. So, you guys, thank you so much for hanging out for me. If y'all have questions, I'll take questions now. If you're having some challenges in this area, I would love to answer some questions for you. Other than that, I just want to encourage you to, yeah, he's an American bully. He's an American bully. I love to encourage you to come back, hang out with me on Tuesday nights. I'm live every Tuesday night, 6:30 p.m. Central Time, which is 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And we're always talking about attracting love energy. Attracting love energy. Okay? Attracting the energy of love into your life, being open to love coming into your life in every aspect. In every aspect. When we have healthy attitudes toward love and we are vibrating at the frequency of love, love toward ourselves, self-love, okay? Making decisions in your life based on what is good for you. When you're doing that, when that is your frequency, you're going to attract more love in your life. When you are having internal experiences of love, you're going to begin to attract, you're going to magnetize external experiences of love. And they will no longer feel foreign to you. They'll no longer feel foreign. They'll no longer feel uncomfortable. When you're loving on yourself, those external experiences of love feel familiar. They're right in flow with what you're already doing. And you're able to tell fake love, or I should say infatuation, superficial types of love, representations of love, from a deep and abiding and committed love. When you have a deep and abiding committed love that you're experiencing with yourself every day. Okay, so we're always talking about ways to do that. So I don't see any questions coming through. So I'm going to go ahead and end for tonight. But you guys go ahead and like this video. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. Y'all have been fun tonight. Y'all have been fun. I've seen some good comments. And I appreciate them all. So thank you so much for the engagement, the encouragement tonight. And go ahead and like, subscribe, and share this video if there's someone that came up in your mind as you were watching. And I will see you all next Tuesday. Bye. You'll be back next. Awesome. I will see you next Tuesday. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Y'all are so loving. Thank you. Y'all have a wonderful night. See you next week. Bye.